Hey guys, so I am here with Rory's 2-month follow-up. So I cannot believe that our handsome boy is already 2 months old. The time has flown by, and I know that every video I'm going to say that, but it's so true. I cannot believe that he has been in our life for 2 months already. It's kind of like a weird feeling because I feel like he's been part of the family forever, but then I think about it and he's only really been with us for 8 weeks. But anyway, so I have my handy dandy notebook here and I'm going to go over the stats for Rory for his 2 months. So we had a doctor's appointment, so I have his actual weight and height, and we learned that our scale is actually pretty close to the doctor's office scale, so we'll be able to keep track of his weight and everything pretty accurately. So let's jump right in and go over all these stats for you guys. So I'm going to follow the same kind of pattern every month. So we'll start with Rory, and then we'll go to me for postpartum, and then kind of anything else. So, and then as always, I will add in photos, kind of a little slideshow of photos from the last, month. So, currently he is napping, and so I don't think he'll be in the video today, but I will definitely add some photos for you guys to see how much he has changed from last month's video to this month's video. Okay, so his height is 23.5 inches. So he has grown substantially. And I would definitely agree with that because he is still kind of scrunched up a little bit, but he is really filling out the length of the outfits. But he is in the 77th percentile for his height, which is good. As a baby, I don't really know my percentiles as like an infant his age, and it's not in my baby book, but when I was in school, like first grade, second grade, all the way through school till the end of middle school, I was always in the high 90th percentile for height. So, like I said, I don't know what I was when I was his age, but 77th percentile, we'll take it. Matt didn't go through his growth spurt until a little bit later, so maybe he'll follow after Matt and kind of be average for a while and then shoot up like a string bean. And talking about shooting up like a string bean is he's only in his 33rd percentile on weight. So he's 11 pounds and 10.8 ounces, so almost 11 pounds, 11 ounces, which is great. So he's not one of those babies that has like all those rolls, which I think are super, super cute, but I think he's just as cute too without having those rolls. But yeah, he is definitely not a baby with a ton of rolls. So anyways, he is still in 0 to 3 month clothing. So I think we will probably make it to the 3 month mark in the 0 to 3 month clothing. The onesies, he is definitely getting longer, but he's not filling them out width wide. They're still pretty loose everywhere. So I think that as long as they don't get too tight on like the diaper snapping area, we might be able to get, away with the onesies for a while. Right now it's summertime in New Hampshire, and in New Hampshire it can be freezing cold one day, burning hot the next, raining the next, you never know. But the humidity is what kills us here in the summer. It's just like you can feel it in the air. So he's been pretty much so living in onesies without any shorts or anything. And even a couple of days he's just in his diaper. That's how hot it is. So thankfully we just recently got an air conditioner. So we are air conditioning our master bedroom, which also connects Matt's office since he is working from home on Fridays. So they can stay comfortable if they need that on. But yeah, so pretty much so he's in a onesie or just his diaper depending on how humid it is here. Talking about diapers, he is still in size 1 diapers. They are still fitting really well. He has not had any blowouts or anything like that. I am so thankful and lucky he has had 1 blowout in his 2 months alive. So we had a blowout in a newborn diaper like a couple days before we switched him over to size 1s, and that was the only time we experienced that. And then we did experience a few pee issues, but I think that was more Matt and I trying to learn the whole diaper thing when he was new. So yeah, so he's in size ones. They are still fitting really well at the stomach. Like I said, with him only being the 33rd percentile for weight, he's really not a chunky baby. So we really are doing well on sizes of everything. So I think we will be able to stay in ones for a bit longer, maybe, I don't know, hopefully a month. I mean, we have a crap ton of size 1 diapers, which is totally fine if we don't use them all because we'll just save them for baby number 2. But yeah, we have a ton of size 1 diapers, so as long as we can stay in those, that will be good. I thought I heard him crying. No. I have the dogs here with me, and they are usually the baby alarm, so they're not moving. So I'm going to say that maybe was something else. Okay, so his eyes. His eyes are still blue. I am praying, praying, praying they stay blue. He is so handsome with his blue eyes, and I would love to see them stay blue. Who knows? They might turn brown. I don't know. I never did good in biology in school, so, but for now they are blue and they are beautiful. His hair is still strawberry blonde. It is definitely a blondish strawberry color. I wouldn't really say it's red, so I'm sorry to all the tailors who were hoping for a red-headed baby. Maybe, maybe our next child will have red hair. I don't know. Or maybe somebody else in the family can have a redhead eventually. Who knows? So yeah, so hopefully that happens. With a child. I would love to have a redhead, but I don't think Rory is going to be the redheaded child. And he is sleeping anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, which is an increase from last month. Last month he was basically sleeping 1 to 2 hours in his first month of life. And so he has definitely increased that. The 4-hour stretch is definitely at night, and we get 1 4-hour stretch. So it's really hard to tell when we're going to get that. It could be 6 to 10, could be 9 to 2, 9 to 1. Do the math, Kelsey. So yeah, so it's really hard to tell when we're going to get that 4-hour stretch, but he does give us 1 4-hour stretch in the evening or night. And then other than that, it's like 2 hours. And he is still having a bottle, and he is at 3 ounces. And kind of a big update, I guess, from last month to this month is I am completely done with direct breastfeeding, and I only pumped for month number 2 for him. So he was still getting formula because I was not pumping enough for his feedings. So what would happen is we would use 1 to 2 ounces of breast milk, depending on like what I had pumped, and then 1 to 2 ounces of formula. So if I had enough breast milk and we used 2 ounces of breast milk, we'd use 1 ounce of formula. Mix them together. He would drink the 3-ounce bottle and whatnot. Or if I didn't have a ton pumped and we just used 1 ounce of breast milk, then we would use 2 ounces of formula. So it kind of depends on how much is stocked in the fridge. Unfortunately, my body is not producing very much milk. So with that being said, I don't think I'm going to continue pumping for much longer. I think I will probably be done by his 3-month update. But who knows? It is, it's a little discouraging. I was kind of hoping that the breastfeeding thing would go better for me, but the fact that he is able to get direct breastfed for the first month and he's still getting some breast milk in the second month, you know, it is what it is. I think it's a combination between I'm just not producing enough, and I also do think that I'm not drinking enough water. I have to be 100% honest here. It has been a challenge. I like water, but what I find is being home, if, you know, if I'm not like, I don't know, if I don't have it readily available, I don't drink water. And not only that, but I find myself busy doing things around the house, and I get sidetracked, and next thing I know, it's been 4 hours and I've had nothing to eat or drink. So yeah, I think it's kind of partially my own fault, but who knows? We'll see. But for right now, I'm not really producing that much, so he is getting a lot more formula than he was last month, but he seems to be doing pretty well with that. And then let's see. So some of the things that he likes this month is, of course, being held. He is a baby that loves to be held. I mean, I think most babies do, but he is so funny. He can be completely settled, happy as a clam in your arms, and you put him down, and like you don't even have your hand from out behind his neck, and he's screaming. It's kind of funny and kind of sad at the same time, but he really loves to be held and loved. And he likes, it's so funny with Matt, he kind of does like these like different weird positions, but with me he likes to be held directly up, so his head here or on my shoulder, and he likes a constant like pat, not like you're burping him, but just like a nice little soft pat. And he likes the motion of it's, I don't know. He loves that. I think because I always swayed when I was pregnant, he likes to be on the move. It just has to be a gentle move, but he does like to be on the move. So anyways, so definitely likes being held. He loves the car. He gets a little fussy getting into the car seat, but once we're in the car, he absolutely loves it. He is warming up to the idea of a bath. So as long as the bath is warm, he's happy. On some of these hot days, I haven't been able to give him a warm bath because our whole house is an AC. We don't have central air or anything like that, so I didn't want to give him a warm bath and then it kind of be warm and sticky in the house. So he didn't really like those baths, but as long as the bath is warm, he really does seem to like it now. And then another like that he likes that I am thankful for, because some of our friends are having issues with this, is he likes formula. So I was worried that transitioning from breastfeeding to doing the formula, and now with the more formula than breast milk, he is taking to it so easy, which I am very, very thankful for. So I put that down as a like. And for a dislike, he hates, I can't even tell you how much he hates getting his outfits changed. So thankfully, he is not a baby that we have to change numerous times a day. We honestly use one outfit a day. Like he's kind of a drooly baby, but we always have a burp cloth around and we just, pat his mouth and whatever. But he's not a baby that has blowouts or pee issues, or, he doesn't throw up. He's not a spitty baby from formula or anything like that. So we are so fortunate and so lucky. So with that being said, thankfully, we don't torture him too much, but he does get changed. Once a day, and he absolutely hates it. It's mostly just the arms going into like the arm slots on the onesies. He's not a fan of that. So anyways, so that is Rory's update. For me, post-op, 2 months, I am feeling great. I feel as though my lady parts downstairs are finally back to normal. So I really feel as though it has taken more than the 6 weeks to recover from a vaginal delivery. I was still tender with a lot of different things up until the 6 week mark, and I feel like at the 8 week mark, I really started to notice feeling better. I did get my IUD placed, and I have had no ill effects from that. That's what I had before we got pregnant with Rory, and I loved it because I ended up, after like the first month or two, I didn't get my period again for like 3 years, and I'm somebody who has really, really bad periods. So the IUD was perfect for me. So when we decided that we weren't going to try for a baby until winter of 2019, we decided that I was going to go back on the IUD so that I can, not be miserable for the next, year and a half or whatever, until we decide to expand our family by hopefully another baby or two. So yeah, so I got that placed. The strings, I feel like, bothered me more this time around than they did the other time, but it's going fine. I have still managed to keep the weight off that I have lost since having Rory. So I had lost 10 pounds, and I'm still at that 10-pound weight loss. I haven't gained any of it back. But I am finding that my body is just not the same. It's really strange. The scale says I weigh 10 pounds less, but my pants and stuff fit me so differently. Thankfully, I still fit in my pre-pregnancy clothing. You know, I went through and tried on all my stuff and I donated a ton of clothes that just don't fit me right anymore. But it's so crazy how I just feel like my midsection is a mom body now. It really has changed, and it's very, very interesting to see how the scale says one thing, but my body fits in my clothes completely different. So yeah, I don't know, but I'm happy. You know, I am very fortunate with my recovery process. Like I said, in month 1, it was very easygoing of a recovery, and I'm very thankful for that. And at month 2, I'm still having the same, you know, greatness of recovery. And if this is any family members watching, or my mom or something, like, skip ahead a little bit, because I'm going to talk about something TMI. Or if you just don't want to hear TMI, skip ahead. I'll give you a second. Okay, so anyways, in regards to the nice, like, department of, you know, sexiness with your husband after having a baby, let me tell you, we tried at 6 weeks and it was miserable. I had an awful, like, it was just awful and uncomfortable, and I was miserable. But at the 8-week mark, it is back to normal. So I really just feel like I needed a couple extra weeks to kind of recover, and now we are back to our normal intimacy levels and whatnot. So that is kind of nice. And I'm actually feeling like I want to be intimate now, where, like, the first few weeks I was definitely not interested, and even at the 6-week mark when we went for our doctor's appointment and they were like, oh yeah, you're safe to have sex now, and my husband's like, yeah, let's go home, I was really not interested. But I felt bad because, you know, during our pregnancy we barely had sex. I was not interested in it whatsoever. I don't know if it was just, you know, something like my first pregnancy and I didn't know how it was going to feel, or if I just wasn't, like, interested. I have no idea. So my poor husband went like 9 months with only getting it a few times, and then having to wait 6 weeks after giving birth, the poor guy. So you know, we gave it a try, but it was not that great. But now that we're at 8 weeks, we are good to go. And so that's that. But anyways, so that's what we have for Rory's 2-month follow-up. We'll be back again at 3 months, which since I'm videoing this now, his 3-month is coming up in like 3 weeks, because I'm a little late on the recording of this. But anyways, yeah. So thank you so much for checking this out. I'm sorry it's kind of a little bit long of a video, but I feel like I can't make these any shorter. So anyways, I hope you are enjoying these updates, and family, if you are watching, I hope you are enjoying all these updates for Rory, especially if you are family that doesn't necessarily live close to us. And stay tuned, because I'm going to insert some of my favorite photos from the last month with Rory in a little slideshow thing for you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you.